Gun finger alone, my hand.
You're too bright and feel.
Gun finger alone.
Exactly.
Gun finger alone.
All right.
Yeah.
Watch
So,
with
Miss
the
Reaction,
tune forward. Make sure you use the same.
In case
gun
nobody
finger.
knows anything about you, Miss Reaction, you just introduce yourself quick and fast so them can have a
I'm right here, right?
Yeah, that's
all
you.
right. Valid. MISSREACTION, MISS_reaction. Follow me on Instagram. I should get a TikTok. My family's stressing me out about a TikTok, so I'm gonna go with a TikTok. But I'm a poet. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a youth leader. You know, I'm a hospitality director. I'm just a little ball of energy. I just be doing shit. If anybody follows me, they know my hashtag. I just be doing shit. So yeah, that's me. But I think we met at a poetry event, and I spit some poetry, and a lot of you who follow me know that I'm good for my poetry. So I'm on my poetry kick, and that's just kind of what I do. Yeah.
Now, is that poetry every day? Do you write something new every day? Is it like comedy to you, or is it actually real?
You know, it's so funny because I was coming over here, like, you know how like rappers get like hype music. I'm like, I don't know what hype music to put. I don't know if there's hype music to put to a podcast, but like Jasmine Sullivan is really my hype person, and I like to do. People call it toxic poetry. Like, I know he calls it toxic poetry, but it's really like poetry. I say shit that people want to say, but they don't say. They be thinking, but they don't say it. So I think a lot of my poetry comes from that, and Jasmine Sullivan has a lot of music like that. So yeah, I have erotic poetry. I have poetry talking about, you know, dudes ain't shit, and I have poetry talking about like fucking dudes' friends, and then I have poetry talking about mental health, but nobody wants to hear the mental health shit. They always want to hear the other stuff. So the toxics. Can we talk about why y'all always want to be toxic? That's another topic. That's not the topic for tonight, but we'll talk about why y'all always want my toxic stuff.
Well, it's the shock reaction. People just looking for that.
MISSREACTION is my name.
Them just
right?
want that.
Yeah, it's
all
my
the time.
name.
You know, it's not interesting to hear
Yeah,
the truth.
to hear like, yo, you know, life is hard and I'm struggling. People are like, I don't care about that. I came here to be away from my problems, not to be reminded. So
that is what it is.
Yeah, mental health art is underrated.
So how long you been doing this?
Poetry, like, I don't know, like 10 years or something like that. I think you asked about my process. My process is weird because I don't write poetry. Mm-hmm. I freestyle my poetry. I do like voice recordings and I freestyle it in my moment, and then I play off my freestyles and play it back, and that's how I'm able to perform it. I don't just say my poetry. No disrespect to anybody out there who just do poetry and they read it off their book. I respect you because those are people who can like write on the spot and then perform in like an hour. So like I'm all about that. But like for me, I just freestyle my stuff and memorize it and then just go on stage and see what happens.
Yeah,
just kind of.
Everybody has their own style.
Freestyle. But you've been doing it over 10 years now, so the freestyle
over 10 years. So I have a system.
Yeah,
so it's like I go back, I check it, I do edit it and stuff like that with my voice recordings. So like my rough drafts sound crazy if you listen to my voice memos. But yeah, it's a process. I love what I do. It's a form of art. You know.
So do you go like when you're practicing? Do you go in front of a mirror? Or do you have pillowcases and pillows set up?
Pillowcases, candles, scented Erykah Badu style. No. But those moments do bring me inspiration. So a lot of my poetry, you talk about erotic poetry, you can't have erotic poetry if you haven't had an erotic night. If you haven't had a night where that really turned you out and really like made you be like, damn.
Well,
yeah, you already know. She was like, damn.
It could be
I can't write about if I ain't never had it. So like what I write about is
friends situation.
No, everything. You can't feel it and I can't perform it if it's not based off of some type of truth in my life. So it's not all true, but it's the substance of it is probably based off of something that I've been through at one point in my life. And I love that it's relatable because not only does that mean I'm not alone, but it means like, you know what I mean? Like people receive my art at the same time. So it's good to make something relatable. I thought I was the only one stuck with the situations, but people be like, nah, me too. And I'd be like, valid.
I think a little bit that everybody been through something.
Yeah, everybody been through something. You know what I mean? So valid.
So where are you originally from?
I'm originally from New York.
Okay.
So I'm originally from New York, born and raised. I lived in Florida back and forth for a little bit, and then I left Florida in my 20s, my teens really. And then my 20s went to Boston. So shout out to Beantown. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Which part of New York? I mean, because they're gonna want to know.
They're going to ask. They're going to ask.
Which part of New York you come from? Everybody said New York, but what area?
And also, I'm not one of them New Yorkers who've been in Florida and be like, yo, I'm from New York, but they ain't been there since they was a toddler. You know what I mean? Since they was a little jit. I've actually, from right outside of Yonkers, like upstate, actually, technically. So
may have no idea. Nothing. I can't tell you about
No,
New York.
you might if you know New York, like Orange County, Poughkeepsie,
Okay,
Newburgh, Middletown, stand up. You know what I'm saying? So like that's like an hour and a half from the city, but close enough where I can work, but further enough where I'm not paying city taxes. That's my hustle from where I'm from, New York. But yeah. I lived everywhere. I lived in Phoenix, so shout out to people from Phoenix tuning in from Phoenix. Shout out to California. Shout out to Boston. Shout out to New York. Shout out to Jersey in the building. Jersey in the building. Zero McGurker's on the side. Y'all can't see him, but he in the building. Shout out Jersey. So, you know, I'm international. Not international, I guess countrywide.
You're a U.S.-based person.
U.S.-based.
U.S.-based.
They don't know me in the Bahamas yet. Just for spending my money.
Just U.S.-based. Probably you don't even want to go overseas, you know, that the life is different now.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
What's that?
So when we talked about the topic, we're going to have a great topic tonight, but when we talked about the topic, what about my poem made you think of this topic?
No, the way, all right, when I walk in, you know,
all right,
I was outside and...
Oh, so you missed the first half of my poem.
I missed it, right? I probably missed majority. I was outside and talking and we were going through, me and Famous was there, was talking about everything. And he said, yo, one girl in there, you know, I do poet, so I think I'm after she. I said, okay. I said, let me go in there and listen to what she have.
Just that means a lot.
So I go inside and, you know, you walking back and forth and you speaking strong. And I said, wow, this woman, like, she know what she do. Mm-hmm. You know, she's not like she's up there just pretending or whatever. She actually seems to have room control, crowd control. She seems like she knows what she do. So now I was hearing a poet now and I hear you say, single women and blah, blah, and you was mentioning, you was like being strong with those words. Mm. And you were saying about the trust and all that. I said, okay, this woman, we need to bring her on the show. and then when the host came back, he was like, yo, this and that. He was talking. I was like, I listen. I said, okay, this seemed like somebody who knows what they're doing. We've never had a poet on the show before. Or,
shout out to me being the first poet.
I thought is it this or?
What, the tap thing? I don't look. I'm old school. Is that what we're doing?
But I can't hear.
I'm born in the 80s.
I'm loud.
Thank you.
Loud.
Okay. We're clapping.
All right.
We're clapping.
This does nothing.
We clap.
That does nothing.
I can't. It's not the right. We're not teeing this. We're not clocking nothing. We're just excited about being the first poet. Yeah, you know, this finger. Yeah, they're gonna tell me in the comments.
No,
y'all let us know.
When you first started off,
yes, sir.
We're gonna go back in time when you first started off, right? What was the first? When was the first? What was the first show that you did?
Oh my God, my school bus. I wrote a poem about my ex when I was in 9th grade. It was more of a rap, but I think when I started to flow it became like a real nice poem with some like rhythm to it. And it was over a heartbreak, being brokenhearted, being a young girl who gave her everything at an early age to a boy, thinking that love was gonna be reciprocated, and it wasn't. So poetry just kind of inspired me to do that. That was my first time on the school bus.
And you was on the school bus. The boy was on the bus?
He wasn't impressed. Nah, he left me for another girl.
No. The question, was he on the school bus at the time?
He was. I was sitting next to him. I thought I was cool. I was like, yo, baby. And I spit some real stuff to him. It started as a conversation, and the words started flowing in like a poetic form. And he was like, yo, that's nice, Jasmine. But she like, can I just have both of y'all? And I was like, just have her. It's cool. So, yeah. But that inspired me, honestly. If things didn't happen in your life, like, where would my inspiration come from? A lot of my poetry, like, a lot of people's favorite pain, like the poem you're talking about, which I'll probably do later on, is You Too Pretty to Be Single. So You Too Pretty to Be Single, like a lot of girls can relate to that. They, like, you know, relate to dudes always trying to holler at them, not realizing, like, there's something core inside of them that's damaged. So it's not always about me being pretty. It's about me being healed. And that's kind of where that poem comes from. Okay. And then toxic comes from like having a relationship where it's like the sex is so damn good, but he ain't no good for you. But I'm gonna come back once, one more time, maybe 2 more times, 3 more times, depending on the week if I'm off. But toxic just comes from like really having that kind of relate. And I think everybody
That's real.
Everybody
it's
relates.
Real. It's very real.
Everybody relates to being in a toxic relationship. So I think when I do toxic, that's relatable. Yeah.
Both. Yeah.
And then I got my shit on men poem, and girls love that. When I see a room full of women, I be like, let me ask you a question. How come I treat you like a man when you act like a child? And girls be like, oh, shit. And so that's my poem for...
When a lot of women are there.
When a lot of women. Because they can relate. Every woman's had their heart broke at one point in their life, so it's a relatable poem.
Do you have anything that helps? Like a poem that actually... I know these are, to build inspiration.
Thank you.
Huh?
How do they not help? What you mean help? Like
They
elaborate.
help make you feel like
No.
you
I'm
belong.
saying like struggles in life, not a broken heart, like something that makes you feel like warm. You know what I mean?
Fluffy.
Like I don't want to think about a woman broke my heart or something.
Toxic.
Like that. You see what I'm
I
saying?
think a lot of dudes like toxic.
No, I'm
because-
saying, do you have poems that actually speak about society or things like that?
Yeah, I have. Okay. Well, I have a poem about being light skinned and black, and how sometimes I could be up and but talking about black unity, no matter if you're dark skinned or light skinned. So I have like a unity, like Black History Month poem that I do. I have a poem. I have a poem talking about sit with it is my mental health poem. Talking about sit with your problems instead of drinking it and smoking it and fucking it away. You kind of sit with your problems. So sit with it is my mental health poem. I don't know. I got a variety of things, but it sucks that majority of the things that people gravitate to are toxic. It's my poems where it's a little bit like messy. So that's what I normally. Yeah. But I have good poems. I have love poems. Love. Okay. That's what you want?
No. I'm saying
I got love poems.
Like heal the world, make it a better
I'm
place.
not Michael Jackson. I'm not Michael.
I think because maybe. So which one of her poems did you listen to those other poems that she mentioned?
Me just ask if she has those as a repertoire. Let's say she was going somewhere that she needed that, and there were people with, different type of environment. You have everything for everybody.
Most of the environments that I go to, I really feel like they gravitate towards what I'm going through. So sometimes I always have like a couple poems on deck.
Okay.
Like I always have a couple poems on deck so I know what I'm gonna like maybe do. And then I'm never first. So I kind of fill out the crowd and see what the crowd is like really rocking with, and then I decide on a poem. So I don't never go in saying like, yo, I'm doing this poem, this is what I'm doing. I'm always like, let me have 3 on in the back of my head ready. And let me read the room and see what the room wants to hear. And sometimes I'll ask. And normally I'll be like, yo, I'll do one poem, and if y'all want to hear another one, let me know. And most of the time they'll be like, yeah, heck yeah, we want a little bit more. And some, you know what I mean? So I'll do that. But like, I always read the room. My poetry is based off the room. I want to give people what they want to hear, not what I want to say.
True.
It's never what I want to say.
There's a comment that asks him, where can they find the she with
T-Bone, shout out.
The poem. Sit with it poem.
Oh, the Sit With It poem?
Yeah, how can they hear that? Is it like on a...
If you go to my thumbnails on my page, MISSREACTION, MISS.
This is Instagram, right?
Instagram.
Yeah.
I need to get with TikTok. My family's been stressing me out about TikTok. We actually was in the group chat, and everybody was trying to have an intervention with me about not having TikTok. They was like, yo, you be doing reels and stuff. How come you... Anyway, MISSREACTION, MISS_reaction. Hit the thumbnail. If you hit the thumbnail, you'll see it. Majority of my open mics from the past, like maybe 4 years, 3 years. I don't have everything posted, but I got a couple things. So if you check there, you guys can, I'm sure Sit With It is on there. It starts out with like, sit with it. Man, I'd rather sit on it. Find a man who doesn't love me, but his dick make me feel wanted. Arch my back and that was that. My trauma's going until the morning. I just can't sit with it. Because I'm too much in my feels. I'm trying to grind and trying to heal. And trauma fucks up life's appeal, making it hard to just sit with it. Can I just put one in the air? Clear my mind of this despair. Catch a vibe, be unaware that my life's a fucking nightmare. But I'm trying to just sit with it. Maybe just a shot of whiskey, 1 shot, 2 shot, and 3 shots quickly become the 4 shots, 5 shots, and 6 shots could be the quickest way I know possibly to have death kiss me finally. I'm scared to just sit with it. God, you really want the most from me. It seemed like you got smoke with me, and when I'm good and when I pray, shit never seems to work for me. So I'm going to smoke this blunt because I don't give a fuck. God said, not weed, jazz, therapy. So you can learn to sit with it. And then it goes into some other stuff.
That's a stance.
Mad.
Yeah, so that's 80% of sit with it. But nobody want to hear that poem. I won like one competition with that poem. And that's it. Because there's poetry slams where there's competition. You get paid money to do poetry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's is there any kind of battle you've been in with this?
I mean, I've been in battles. I have, and it's hard because my poetry is so unique that I don't do the typical like. And when we go into the earth, we never stop the girth of the growing, of the showing, of the going. I'm not that kind of poet, so like for me, it's really hard to do my art. Some places I go, but I think my uniqueness is what makes me stand out, which is why. When I do poetry slams, I've never not placed. There's always first place, second place, third place. Okay. And you start with 15 poets. And then sometimes they go straight to 10 or sometimes they go straight to 5. So you're talking about the first round, they knocking out 10 people. And then they go from 5 to 3, from 3 to first place, second place, third place. And then you know what I mean? So that it's competitive. But yeah, I just.
And you've won, you said you've never won?
I placed. I've gotten first, second, and third.
Okay.
I've gotten first, second, and third. At different various locations.
Now 2025 now.
2025.
In this year, have you been in any competitions?
You know, I started my own spoken mic in Bakersfield, California. So we lived in California for a little while, and I had an open mic out there for a little bit. Okay. Shout out to Diggy, you know what I'm saying? Like he always held me down. Shout out to Room 82 in Bakersfield. And so I was really focused on my open mic. That I didn't invest time into just going to do poetry. Plus, poetry slams give me like anxiety. I get nauseous. I don't like competing. I just want to do my art and go home. I just want to smoke a blunt.
You don't seem like.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want to.
People intimidate you.
No, they don't. But competitions is kind of like I don't want my art to be because then I'm forced to try to. I'm not thinking about just being authentic. I'm thinking about like what's gonna help me win. I'm a Leo too. So I'm very competitive. So for me, I'm like, I don't want to be competitive. I just want to just share my art with the world. We'll see. Okay. That's it. I just want to share my art.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. If that avenue works, then it works.
What else, Spicy?
Is it?
That's it, man. I just want to share my art. So competitions are fun because I'm a Leo and I like to win. And I've never not placed, but I also don't want to. It does. So you said you went
to California, you established a business of poetry over there.
I did, and I have
That's
fun.
in 2025?
That was 2025. I ended it in February, March this year. Because I moved, because I ended up working on a cruise ship for a little bit. And then and that's how, when you met me, I literally just stepped foot back in Florida.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you're well around because
I just travel a lot.
From Mr. Art, so Mr. Art follow up on Instagram, you know.
Okay.
I have to check her and see what she's doing.
Follow my Instagram.
And it seems like every day you have a different job. I'm like, what?
I do. It's so funny because people love that about me.
What the hell? This woman do everything. She said I'm unwrapping cars and all this other stuff that day. I said, yeah, man, she do
one day I was doing Best Buy where I was doing merchandising, and so I'm setting up the shelves and stuff and making sure they look pretty so that way the right merchandise gets their product. Another day I'm unboxing warehouses. Another day I'm actually behind the house boxing up sandwiches. Another day I'm doing events on the beach. Did you see the wedding on the beach I did?
No, I didn't.
I did a wedding on the beach last weekend right at Coco, and I actually saw the rocket. They don't tell us anymore that the rockets go off. It was 5:30 in the morning, and I'm like, what is that? The rockets went off last week, 3 of them, one in Los Angeles, one in Orlando, and another one in another country. So yeah, watch the news. But anyway, the rockets went off. It was beautiful to see. Then I did a wedding on the beach. Girl, they ordered Chick-fil-A as their meal. It was like 11 in the afternoon. We set it up at like 9 in the morning. Beautiful beach wedding. But yeah, I just be doing shit. Hashtag, that's my hashtag. If people see me, hashtag. I'm working the Chris Brown concert tomorrow, so I'm super excited about Chris Brown. I'm trying to work Lil Wayne's concert. If I'm gonna go, I might as well make money.
You might as well, yeah.
If I'm gonna go, I might as well make money.
And try get up on stage then, right? Isn't that one thing?
Yes, I don't think he's gonna take me down like he's been. But
if you don't know,
I don't know. You never know. A girl can dream.
I've been backstage to a couple of things. I didn't think.
You're all right. If Chris Brown takes me on stage, just know it's a wrap for me. Y'all can't tell me nothing.
That's
Don't tell me nothing. Just follow me and don't tell me nothing.
Watch it. Because people go, you go up on stage and these people, they throw you off your game, right? Yeah. So if he pulls you on stage, make sure you go say a quick poem, Don't go up say like, no, I forget all about who you are and what you was doing and everything. Make sure you say something.
I've met a lot of celebrities in my day, and I think I've never been a fangirl. I've always tried to be real chill when I'm around celebrities. Not too nonchalant where I don't realize who they are. I'm not stupid. I know who you are. Right. But I've never been like a fangirl type of thing. I've always just tried to keep my cool demeanor, but inside I probably scream out loud. Chris Brown I've listened to since I was like 17 years old. But I think I can keep my cool and be like, yo, I got some poetry and spit it to some people, and I think it'd be a vibe. At bare minimum, he'll take a shot with me. I'll take that. Right? Chris Brown, but if you're listening, if you want anything else besides a shot, I'm here for you. I'll be here tomorrow. I'll be in the parking lot. Work in the parking lot, then I'll be in the food center, work in the food center. I got chicken nuggets for you.
Not Chick-fil-A, though.
Not Chick-fil-A. They finished that at the wedding. I did take the cupcakes, though. They had nice velvet cupcakes, and I just took me about a good dozen home. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to the bride and groom who let me take a dozen red velvet cupcakes home.
And this was an outside wedding?
It was beautiful. It was on the beach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. On the beach. Girls were trying to wear heels. I'm like, girl, take it off. Let your feet.
Right.
Not bringing you into that moment, but did you like see yourself up there and say, I can do something like this?
For me?
Yeah, for you.
Oh, man. I don't believe in marriage.
Oh, okay.
It's so personal.
No, I don't mind. No, you know what?
I'm just saying
it's funny because I was watching The Breakfast Club and they was talking to Michael Blackston and he was talking about how he has an open relationship and his wife has a different house and stuff like that. And for me, I don't believe in marriage, the concept of marriage. I believe in having a life partner, but not necessarily a husband. Husband is more, I don't think the government should be involved in my relationship. I don't think that I need a piece of paper to solidify my love for you eternally. I don't think that, because that's when people change. People change because now all of a sudden assets are involved, money's involved. It's contractual. My relationship should never be contractual to you because then it becomes a business. And I run my business completely emotionless.
You have a poem like that?
You know, no. Yes. I don't, because
maybe you can write one.
I have a poem talking about poly, but I never really finished it.
Write a book about it, and then I can publish it. And then, first women would hate it, right? All women going to hate it, but then they'll read it. And then the man will say, yes, brother, yes.
I think women would.
Written by a woman.
That would be great because I think they would understand, like, hey, damn, this is not even from a man's perspective. This is from a woman's perspective.
Yeah. You should definitely write a poem on this.
Female who will, could probably, if I want, I've been engaged twice. You know what I mean? So I've had a ring on my finger. I've bought a wedding dress. I've been there, and I was always like the runaway bride. Like, this doesn't feel right for me. And not you dropping the ball. Shout out to my exes.
I want the blood clot. You saw me trying to tell her cheat. I see a firebombing on the weed. And the weed I was talking about.
What? Well, I mean, I gave him the ring back. If that makes any difference.
Yeah, well, the contract is over.
He spent a lot. Yeah. I mean, he said keep it, but I did for a little bit. But anyway, maybe. I think more females, if they understand the concept, I'm not losing any value in a man by not marrying him. I was telling my sister, I can legally still take his last name if I want his last name. I can legally be included to his life insurance, his savings account, as long as he has me in the will and on his past. What am I losing? If I wanted half and he wanted to give it to me, he could. If I wanted his last name and I wanted to share the last name of my children with him, I could. And I can do all of that without being married. I can do all of that without having the government contractually in our business. Therefore, I don't see the need of I can have a commitment ceremony. We're on the beach. We're doing unauthentic things like getting Chick-fil-A and having, you know what I mean?
But not a pasta.
So if I'm going to go back to where this question came from, I can do it on the beach and do something really unique and something unauthentic. And it would just be a commitment ceremony. And it wouldn't be it would just be us saying, hey, yo, I fuck with you. You fuck with me? And he's like, yeah, I bet. We dap it up in front of our family.
So here's the question. does your family agree with this mentality?
No, they don't.
Oh,
but
okay.
I've been really open. I've been really trying to get them like exposed to it. I've really been talking to my family.
You have any other sisters?
I have 2 other sisters.
And they don't agree with you?
No, they don't. Well, but they don't.
They hear you.
But they're not married either. No disrespect, love my sisters, but they're not married either. So it's like you can't really tell me. If you show me, be an example, and then maybe I'll have something to kind of like. All right, maybe. It's not so bad, but I haven't seen an example of a marriage that works.
Well, let's ask.
Until you married men get out my DMs, I'm good.
Yes, see? That's what makes it hard.
I'm okay if you married men can stay on my DMs and show me that marriage is worth it.
Was there a situation to bring you to this? Because obviously you went to a man actually proposed to you. 2 of them. And you said yes.
I said yes.
Right? So that means you did think about it, and at the time it felt good.
It felt good, because what girl doesn't want a man like, well, first of all, the first one, don't judge me.
Story time.
The first time I got proposed to was during sex. We were having sex, and he was just
that don't count. That don't count.
The next day, no. I didn't think.
Why doesn't it count?
In brain, work the right to you.
Thank
work
you.
the right to you.
It worked. You know why?
His mouth was working.
It was. Everything, everything was working that evening. Right. But here's what I'm telling you. He knew. But here's the thing. I didn't believe him till the next day. He was financially stable. So the next day he showed up with the ring. Exactly.
The next day.
So he bought the ring spontaneously, but he was financially stable enough to just buy an engagement ring the next day.
Right.
White gold, princess diamond cut.
So you're saying that was...
Not that I remember. What
this is too fast. You're saying to yourself, this is too fast. I'm not trust it.
I was just scared of the concept of marriage. I just was always scared of being locked in. And I've always been open-minded to like poly and open relationships and stuff like that. So I think the thought of just being with one person forever. And I never thought of, even biblically, it's not even in the Bible. In the Bible, many men have many wives. So for me, I was always kind of like, I don't think it's natural. That's why everybody's like, marriage is work. Marriage is so much work. Yeah, because it's not natural. We're forcing ourselves to put ourselves in a situation that we're not accustomed to being in, and we can make it work because as humans, you're able to adapt to any situation that you put your mind to. But it's not natural. Anything that natural does not require that much effort and work. And that's why it's a lot of effort and work to just be with one person, because it's not natural. God put us together for a certain reason, and they made man and wife to procreate the earth, not to be monogamous with each other. And I think a lot of people lost that because they got to understand where marriage came from.
Zoom in for that right there. I don't have marriage came from an exchange. Marriage was not about love. Marriage was about, hey, I need this land, and in order for me to, the guy was like, what do you have exchanged, sir? I don't have no money, but I got a beautiful daughter. Mm-hmm. I got a beautiful daughter, and I'll give you my daughter so I can have this land, so I can make money, so I can still be in a level of stature. So marriage came from a transactional proposition between 2 men. It never stemmed from love. And so for me, it's like, for me to fool myself and think that being with somebody contractually is love, is not love. It makes you love somebody more when you're not obligated to be with them, but you still stay with them. Mm-hmm. If I love somebody and he loved me and we stay together knowing that we don't have to be together and we can walk away from this, no ties lost, but we choose to stay, that's love. When you stay with somebody because it's contracted, because she gonna take half my shit. Yeah. It's gonna take a long time to get my name back. We gotta fight over the kids. We gotta fight over the dog. We gotta fight over the dishes. Then it's a problem. That's when you know people's with you because I don't want to deal with a divorce, whether I'm with you because I want to make it work. And I'd rather a man be with me because he wants to make it work than because he feels like he's forced to be with me. Because, baby, there's always a door. I'm never going to force a man to be with me. I'm going to talk from the guy.
Doors is windows.
Because a lot of these
basement
would love a situation like that. Like
no, they don't. They still got problems.
Speaking like, you don't really want to talk, all right?
They still always got problems.
No, is the man with you or is he just like...
What you mean?
Like, because you're saying do you want a relationship, not marriage, right?
No, it doesn't have to be marriage. It could be.
So
I have a life partner.
You consider him a boyfriend?
A life partner. My partner. And it's weird because when I call my boyfriend, or my significant other, my partner, they automatically think it's like a homosexual thing. Because when you think of partner, you think almost like, okay, partner, is she gay? And then I had my dreads shaved at one point, so everybody thought I was a lesbian. And I wasn't. I'm unique with my locks. And I say partner because I'd rather have a partner than a husband. A husband is somebody who's forced to be with you or contractually obligated to be with you. A partner is somebody who decides, like LeBron and, you know what I'm saying? Like Shaq and Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really want somebody that you can be together in this life with, ride this thing with, be my, roller coasters be having like 2 seats that are connected. I just want somebody to ride this roller coaster with me. Right. That's it. I don't want a husband. Life partner. I don't want a husband. I want a life partner.
Definitely. All women hate you right now. All the women hate you right now. See it? All of them. Because most of them, I think, from we're all growing up, everybody's been taught to get married, right? Yeah. It's something, a great situation. Traditional. Now, me not say, they say to stay with the person, but them say, hey, get married, find a woman, marry her, or at least deal with a woman, right? Yeah. Now, you're saying that you're looking at it from the growth part. Yeah. Right? And I don't think anybody, when you find somebody, they say that love will get you to the growth part. Love will get you. And you will develop together, you'll go through the struggles together, and you'll eventually build a nice bond and continue the marriage. But you're saying that we need you at a certain level already.
No, because I mean, you can still...
How can I can't be a life partner without going through problems with you? I wouldn't know.
But why do you need to be...
No, I'm just saying...
You don't have to be married to go through things.
But I'm saying, you're saying that... Right, I agree. Yeah. But I'm saying that to know all of this, I wouldn't have to know you. Yeah. At a great level. Because marriage keep you together, no matter what's supposed to, right? Love. You're not supposed to... I'm saying the marriage. I'm saying the marriage. And with the marriage, you're supposed to find a way to keep it going, right? Hold on.
I'm listening.
The marriage keep it together.
No, hold on.
Because, all right, if you're dating somebody and something go wrong, yo, my gone. And the marriage is supposed to say, yo, watch out.
But that's how you know.
Right now, I'm fine.
Do you want a woman who stays because she has to, or a woman who stays because she wants to?
That's what I'm saying.
And if she's so quick to go, she was never good to stay. Right. So why would you want a woman who, when things get tough, she's gone? Right. Because I don't want no man that every time things get tough or I get an attitude or my trauma starts to resurface because I'm not fully healed.
That's what I'm asking you the question. That's what I'm asking.
I don't want you to be forced to it.
The thought, because the force is what keeps you more than the love.
We're saying the love is the force, but we feel like you're saying that the marriage or the paper.
Yeah, that's it. The papers are going to force you to appreciate the person a little bit more than what you thought. Because we're all going to argue, right? We're all not going to see eye to eye at all times. And maybe the eye to eye that we don't see, I don't like. Like 5 years we were doing this together, and then you said, yo, I'm not too like that, and I want to divert from the plan. And I don't like that you diverted. So I want to leave you.
But
right?
Hold
on. Okay. That have nothing to do with love. That it was the goal of life, and you decide to divert from that plan. So you say, I'm not on there with you no more, so I'm going to leave you. If we were married, I'm going to find a way to find out and stick with you, because now we're going to throw all that we have away. I'm just saying that is the thought of what people want to be married, because the thought we'll fight our way through it. But if I don't care about your direction anymore, you don't care about my direction, we will just leave each other.
No, I get that, because that's why a lot of our parents, that's why a lot of our grandparents stayed married for 30, 40, 50 years, because they was like, hey, we don't have a choice. Right. And so we're going to make this work, whether we have a choice or whether we don't. But... what was the core of their happiness? I think a lot of them have respect for each other. Even my parents, like I love my mom, shout out to my parents, and I love what they have, but a lot of it was because of their values, their traditional roots and values of marriage, why they stuck it out. Not because it was where they felt they wanted to be, but where they felt like they had to be.
And was that what you saw?
That what you saw? I think as I got older, it was expressed to me. When I was a child, my parents were really good at masking that. And I don't think that my parents loved each other. My mom loves my father. My father loved my mother until the day he died. I'll never deny them the love they had for each other. But I'm also going to understand the fact that I knew at one point their relationship was based off of the fact that they needed to, they wanted to make it work for their children. They wanted to set that example of what marriage could be, what marriage should be. And I think that is what kept them together versus them being happy. I think genuinely, if they wanted to be happy, if they had no kids and they were like, hey, this is what I want, I love you, Mom, they probably wouldn't be together.
But then that is going to be the negative.
But I appreciate them for setting that example, so that
this.
way we had that to look up to. I always had a father in my life. I always had a mother in my house. I didn't have a broken home, and I didn't find out my home was broken until I was old enough to understand what a broken home meant. When I was a child, they didn't really surface that to us, so I was kind of blessed in that. But
so, what you feel about it? Because you've been here.
It's very true.
yeah,
It's facts.
Do you think marriage should be abolished right now, and everyone just do what you're? Yeah, we'll just get rid of that.
Because there's going to be some people that feel like it is completely necessary. But I want to say, from a person that was married for 23 years and divorced, I could completely understand from where she's coming from, because I lived it. I did the last couple of years of my marriage just because I was like, yo, let's just try to get this one last baby out, before I call it quits, right? But I couldn't manage it.
But what made you want? What made you want to get married, and what made you decide that marriage was no longer going to work?
Well, we weren't on the same page.
If you don't mind, without getting too personal.
No, we weren't on the same page. He was.
But it's going to be that.
He was doing the most, and it wasn't. I don't know. I feel like now, looking back, maybe if he was more honest with the thing, like, okay, this is what's going on, babes. Let's work through this, right? But it was more of a hidden kind of thing. So, yeah, of course, he was, like, cheating, babies, a lot of things. So it was just like, at that point, wasn't a together thing. It was a you thing. It was about you and what you wanted, So it was
that situation then is kind of different now. You almost being abused. So you left an abusive, a toxic relationship, right? You left that.
It was toxic.
To be happy.
Toxic,
Then you working towards like like the Nissan, but you want a Jaguar. That's that kind of.
He could have been a Jaguar. Some Jaguars break down too. That don't mean he not a Jaguar. Jaguars break down too. You know what I'm saying? They don't. You know what I mean? Just because he broken don't mean he wasn't quality when he started.
Right.
No, I'm saying he's mentally thinking.
He was still quality. It's just that there was no unity at that point.
Right.
So the unity was not there any longer.
Right.
So if we run in
I'm
two
gonna
different
call
directions.
Abuse.
You know what I'm saying?
Abuse, yeah.
So if we're running in two different directions.
In your situation, it made sense to leave. And even if you were doing the life partner thing, you would have left anyway, correct?
Right. Because I feel like if you are not doing something together, and you're doing it apart, then you're not building.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? Right. So if we were life partners, if we were wherever partners, if you're doing something undercover and we're not both in agreement, we are separate.
So let me ask you this thing. Getting the information from her, because I'm osmosis, moving on.
Yeah.
Do you think that you would have fought through, as you said, the last situation, if you were just having a life partner? Like you said, I'm going to stay for the pitney and make them grow, right?
But that's what I'm telling you. Either whether it's a life partner or whether it's a marriage, it should still be based on love and unity.
Correct. No, I'm saying,
but building
I'm saying because in the situation where you're not married, you can leave. There's no documents, nothing. You just move out to the door.
But it's still love.
No, me get to what I said, but me I say.
She left when she was married.
It didn't matter to me.
Thank you.
So the money,
nothing.
nothing.
You know me personally, so I was. I didn't ask. That was it.
So okay.
We never need nothing.
Okay. All right. Okay.
See what I'm saying? So it was like, to me, the issue really, I think, is the base of what everybody should understand is, if you are not working together, that's what she's saying. If you're not working together, whether you want to call it marriage, whether you want to call it life partner, whatever you want to call it, if you're not working together, building together, then it's not worth it. It's not love.
Yeah.
That's facts.
She said that. And that's coming from
because you don't need a ring, you don't need a paper. If you love somebody, you're going to be there.
All right, so going forward in your life now, is that more of a life partner than a marriage?
I could definitely see that.
Which one?
I could definitely see having a life partner.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've been single.
Would you get married again, though?
I would get married again.
Yeah.
But I'm not opposed to having a life partner.
Okay.
No, what if he said, yo,
I've been in my own space.
let's say he came with the same, he off the back say, yo, men in a marriage thing.
My
The
ex-husband
man.
or somebody new?
There's some man.
Somebody new.
Somebody new. Okay.
He came with that idea, yo, men in a marriage. I don't want to hear that.
Okay.
Are you good with that going?
If we're in love.
Yeah.
If we're in love, if we listen, at this point in time, I mean, I'm up in age. So at this point in time, I got my own stuff. They probably gonna have their own stuff.
Exactly.
Right? So we probably will be in 2 separate homes because they probably have their own home. I have. So who's gonna sell their home and be like, that ain't gonna happen. One's gonna have to go for a rental or something.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna spend 3 days.
So you
we're
want
gonna
to
have
help
to make it work.
So do you want to help with the book that we're gonna write about?
Absolutely.
I'm writing a book.
The chair we're gonna write a book.
Yeah. Because I wanted to ask her, like, how many? Do you have a lot of girlfriends?
Like
Friends that are women?
yes.
Okay.
They're fun. No.
Yo, I mean,
No, I have
like
the bomb. It's the bomb for me. Yeah, I do. I have a lot of female friends. I do. I have a lot of female friends.
that's facts.
I do. But I don't have a lot of men. Why are you laughing so hard?
I didn't mean like that.
No, but-
You're
but
right.
I
You
know
never-
what
it's,
you're
20,
talking about.
it's 2025. You never know asking that kind of question.
True, it's true.
Yo, I see if somebody said today, but daughter say, we got one braid a friend here. I'm say, is it a, yeah man, you sure it's a, yeah man, it's a girl, she want her hair braid. I said, it's a she? You sure it's a she? She was born a she, right? Or is it?
Yeah, look.
So, you have to
it's-
ask.
It's 2025.
You have to ask. Yeah,
it's
but I know.
2025.
Yeah, you have to
I have
ask.
to make sure she's not getting into it.
Yeah. I'm protected, right?
Right. Can't protect them at
gotta
school
yeah,
with the
exactly.
At all.
bathrooms.
Exactly. That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, it is.
So all right, let's go into this.
Let's go into the topic.
The topic. here.
Life
Okay,
of
let's go.
single.
Kind of
Let's
time I
go
run
into the
power with
topic.
still.
Okay.
So the topic was, can you trust a single woman?
Can you
Yes.
trust a single woman?
Now, hearing her, right? I say, if you're going off of her, or a woman coming to you as a man and say, hey, me ain't in a marriage, me ain't in nothing like that, right? The first thing you as a man, as another person, the first thing is, yes, less pressure on me. But maybe overall, when you really think back and say, you know, I get married? Which thinking is that? It's not a normal thinking, right? We would say it's not
It's
in the
unique.
norm.
It's unique. I don't.
Right. It would
it's unique. It's
make
different.
a guy nervous.
No.
I'm thinking that she's not trustworthy. Because anytime she broke it off, yo, I'm not interested in you tomorrow.
See?
So then
That's
you,
not what
I'm
she
not saying,
said,
no,
though.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying if a man is thinking that maybe something he has to worry about.
Well, that would be odd. Because
Is
she
that
said
what you
it
get?
would be a together thing. It would be a unity thing. So if anything is going to be initiated, it would be together. That's, you see, oh, no, no, using the ears, you know.
No, I don't-
I use the ears.
We use your ears, you know, but we're jealous people too, you know.
That's a
Man
fact.
jealous.
So-
Men are very jealous.
So at the end of the day, I'm just
So
say,
then you do want to get married.
no, I'm saying
Most
that
men do, especially when they find a good woman, they wanna lock her down. I think that's
But
the
then
biggest
they don't
issue
wanna be
because I
locked
feel
down?
like the freedom of with the lifestyle that I'm offering to them. Every man wants the lifestyle that I'm offering until they get it, and then they're like, "Damn, Jasmine, I don't know. That's my real name. Mind your business." They be like, "Damn, Jasmine."
you want to give us a middle name, my last name?
Let's move on. We got to cover that back.
It don't matter. It don't matter. That's my real name, but it's not even my real name, if that makes sense. But yeah, they'll be like, "Damn, Jasmine, like, but I just want you for myself. I can't share you. I don't want to share." You know, when I talk about having an open relationship or being in a poly or even just being me and you, we could be monogamous, but I don't think marriage should be the end all be all for our relationship. And I'm open to it. I've been engaged twice, so there's been time. I like the thought of it. But I think realistically, deep down inside, I'm not thinking about now. I'm thinking about 5 years from now. I'm thinking about 10 years from now and 15 years from now. And most men are okay with the lifestyle I present until they fall in love. And then they're like, then they become then they
I think in the
become a
very
little
beginning,
selfish,
everybody-
and then they're like, not so much. So it's
So
a
then,
process.
do you feel they trust you then? Because technically, you know, but you know, you said you consider them a boyfriend, right? You consider them a boyfriend. You consider them.
Yeah.
You consider yourself in a relationship, or is it complicated?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, right now?
No. I'm saying in
My
general.
current status.
In general, if you were dating somebody, you consider them having you.
Yeah,
you're in a commitment.
A boyfriend, and then I would consider them a life partner when
Gotcha.
if we're moving in together. And
How
we're
long
living
it
together.
becomes a life partner?
It depends on where we are in our relationship. If we're moving in together, if we're we're establishing a life, if we're partners in this, everything your life and my life are intertwined, and what you do affects what I do as an individual. Then we're life partners. We're in this together, and you know what I mean. We got to figure it out, type shit. And so I don't think it's a matter of me wanting to run out as much as it's a matter of, can you handle what this relationship has to offer? I really feel like it's a scapegoat. I think you're talking more about women who need an scapegoat. I don't need an exit. Because another man said that to me. They was like, the only reason you don't want to get married is because you don't want an exit. You always want a way out. And I'm like, no, maybe it's my trauma feeling trapped by a man, but it's also like you said, marriage is not an end all be all. It's not till death do us part like it used to be. You know what I mean? So if I'm not happy, it's going to suck trying to leave you. It's going to be a battle, but I can still leave you. So marriage is never an end all be all, even when people make it seem like it is. You know what I mean? You spoke for that. So I don't, some men think it's because I'm trying to find an escape, but it's really because I'm trying to help you, bro. Because I could take half your shit if you want me to.
For you.
I will go half with you if you want me to.
So let me
I
ask
get
you,
to see her saying, it's not you, it's
Do you-
me.
That's my line.
do you think today's women are trustworthy as a single woman?
Yeah, absolutely. We're always trustworthy.
Yeah?
That's where women-
Especially nowadays, it's 2025. So
I think we're more outspoken and real with like what's going on. Like we're saying it up front. Like, listen, you're not the only one when I ring this your number,
Okay.
So don't call me after 9.
my line is, I might not have a roster, but there's always a line. So don't think, I don't have a lot of people on my call log. I'm not trying to talk to a bunch of dudes, but don't think that there's not a bunch of dudes waiting to talk to me if I really give them attention. I don't have a roster, but there's definitely a line. You know what I mean? That's my line.
I like that. I like it. You like it too, don't you? Why you
know.
didn't drop the bomb?
You don't want to
Where's
drop the
We can't drop the bomb there.
Yes, you
Where's
can.
the bomb?
That bomb,
You see, you're
that
sexist.
bomb,
Where
yes.
is the
That
bomb?
bomb.
You're sexist.
Where is the bomb,
Okay.
DJ Tingaling?
I got a bomb in my
Just don't do
comments,
it
so
quiet.
I'm gonna take the
Quiet
bomb.
bomb.
I'll take the
Let me
bomb.
turn it off the Rasta. The bomb not drop on that. Because it's, no, do you lead with that in like?
No, I'm not gonna go on a first date and tell a
Okay.
bunch of dudes I got dudes. But if a man, if he's attracted to me because of not only because I'm pretty, but I'm smart and I'm fun and I'm down to earth and I'm ambitious and I'm excited and I have this, it's so much that comes with me. And then the poom poom, you know what I mean? That's that. Okay.
Right.
So it's drop a bomb for the
No, you
poom poom.
The boom boom get a drop. That get a bomb.
To a road.
You know, so I think once he grasps the kind of woman I am, he'll realize, damn, there's no way I'm the only man who wants you. There's no way. And so I think they get to that point and they understand that there's got to be a line or somebody else who they know that they're not the only ones who want me. I think most men will realize dealing with me that they're not. Or they can just hang out with me and just try to observe people watching me, and then they could be like, damn, try to hold me a little closer and stuff, kiss on me in public. That's when they do PDA. Most men don't do PDA until they realize there's a bunch of dudes looking at their girl. Then they want to establish dominance. Now all of a sudden you want to hold hands and kiss in public. Oh, okay. Okay, you just want to tell these dudes, nah, this is me, bro. This is all me, bro.
Too cute. Love it. You see how much bomb coming out?
Yeah, drop the bomb on certainty. The trigger finger for work. Remember, say gun finger me have, So me have to just work with that.
Yeah, I like that.
See, you big of yourself, you like it, you beer laugh for real.
Hey, you can trust a single woman. The question was, can you trust a single woman? You can trust a single woman quicker than you can trust a woman that you're dating. Let's be real about it. Women that you're dating have something to lose, so they will lie to you because they don't want to lose you. They don't want to lose the house they built. They don't want to just, you know what I mean? But a single woman, what do I gotta lie to you for?
None.
I'm leaving. Why don't I don't even have to explain myself to you.
Facts.
I don't want to stay over because I'm leaving. Maybe I'm going to somebody else's house. Maybe I'm going home because I got to work in the morning. It's none of your damn business. You fulfilled your portion of this relationship. Single women I don't have a reason to lie. If I'm single, I have no reason to lie to you. And I was trying to explain it to my mother. My mom's like, I don't lie to nobody. Everybody know what I got going on, so you know what you're getting yourself involved in. You ain't going to say I twisted you up in anything. A single woman, a real single woman will be honest because there's no, you're single. What you lying for, shorty? What you lying for? I'm single. I ain't got to lie to nobody.
None.
But the thing, the part of the poem you heard was too pretty to be single. There's a part in the poem that goes, I'm too pretty to be single, but you too cute to be so dumb. To think that this pretty little mess could be the one that she won't fuck you good, but hurt you more. That she won't make you pay for what another nigga did before. So when you say I'm too pretty to be single, boy, is you sure? And that's the thing, because a lot of people be like, K, drop a bomb for that bars. But a lot of people be like, yo, you mad pretty.
I think I saw that's what walked in.
That's what you walked into that part, because that's the deepest part.
It's a bomb
yes. And men can relate to that, because they wanted to wife up a chick who was damaged because she looked good. Shorty looked good. She got good energy. She got good vibes. You know, everything was vibe, but she's not healed from her last relationship, and you forced her into another one because you want to put the pressure on her. But now you're dealing with a damaged woman and you mad about it. Yeah, I'm too pretty to be single. Are you sure I'm too pretty to be single? I might just need that time to heal, sir. You might just want to leave me alone before you hurt yourself. And that's kind of what that poem is about. Me being pretty, but needing the time. Just because I'm a good person and I have potential don't mean I'm at a point in my life where I need to be committed. And sometimes it's good. Love yourself. Sometimes it's good to just love yourself and work on yourself. You don't always got to be with somebody.
True.
You don't always got to be with somebody.
Have you ever thought of being a psychiatrist or?
Nah, I need one though. So if anybody, so therefore, y'all know somebody, underscore reaction.
Drop in the DM.
Drop the link in the DM.
So you're telling us,
psychiatrist, my insurance drop.
If you had an opportunity to be a counselor, you would say no.
I mean, a comedian. I think my issues are therapeutic, and I think a lot of comedians, I hear them say like, yo, my comedy is like Kevin Hart's Laugh at My Pain, like their comedy is their therapy. And a lot of people say I'm funny, and it's like I'm funny because I'm damaged. So I feel like, but yeah, I don't know. A lot of people because a lot of people want to debate me versus understand what I'm saying. So when I talk about open relationships, and when I talk about being in life partnerships, when I talk about being damaged and being pretty and just wanting to fuck a dude and not date him. And a lot of people think it's, they don't think of me as therapeutic. They think of me as an issue because it's a different mindset than what they're accustomed to. So I don't think a lot of people would. I go broke if I did therapy. I don't think a lot of people would sign up to my stuff.
Same.
They wouldn't want to hear me say some stuff, but I don't think they'd take advice from me. Oh, no.
Why do you keep looking at me?
I'm looking at everybody. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. You're sitting right there. Who else before look what?
But why wouldn't men? Okay, so my question is, a lot of men. So here's my thing. I thought men would appreciate the kind of woman I was until I started dating men, and nobody wanted the lifestyle. When I present an open relationship and be like, hey, you can do this with so and so. I can, we can, but as long as there's rules and foundations and comfortability, we have, we can, Or the lifestyle thing, I thought men would really be okay with not a woman trying, because most men are like, dang, she's putting the pressure on me. I got to get married. I don't know what she's saying. I thought men would appreciate the freedom of what I bring. And it's so funny. No, they don't want that. A lot of men want to be married. They want to wife up a girl. They want a girl to themselves. They want monogamy. They don't want nobody. They don't want to share. And I'm like, nobody want to threesome. Nobody want anything.
It's unusual to hear somebody said it right up front. Normally,
you have to like beg.
Down the road here or some little
they
thing,
want it
and
on
then
their side.
you don't already make up your mind saying you really want a girl. Remember, I said the idea is if I don't want you, then everything you're saying is fine, right? Everything you say, I don't want that. Okay, I consider her the side woman, married, I have my wife already. Then yes. Yeah, man, whatever you're offering is good. Don't call me after 9. Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
All the checklist is perfect. I'm already off somebody.
She don't call,
right?
period.
But let's say you're my only person. Yeah. You understand? Now it's a different mentality thinking because I can't call that this time. So what am I going to do? You understand? What am I really supposed to do as a guy at this point now?
But that's what I'm saying. Guys like it on their side. So they don't mind for them to have
if you're
other
winning,
women, but they don't want their woman to have other men. That's the problem.
Thank you. And that's my biggest issue with it, because I feel like, why can't it be both ways?
Right.
I think that was one of my issues with one person that I was dealing with, where he was like, yo, I don't mind having multiple women, but I don't want to see you with another man. And I'm like, well, that's not fair. Where's the fun in that? If I can't be with somebody else,
You
why?
dropped the bomb a couple times.
I don't know, and it's like I'm not asking to be, and I think because this is sexual, men think if I'm with somebody else, automatically he puts like the slut, the whore kind of thought to it. But when he's with somebody else, it's a player, it's a pimp, it's a cool guy, and it's like, why is it positive when a man has multiple?
Because
if a woman has,
because it's been explained to us by women, not just TV or whatever, that sex with women and sex with, a man differentiates the sex and a woman differentiates the sex kind of differently. It is explained to us by women that when you have sex with me, emotions take place, and then when a man says, "Boy, I have sex," is nothing, right?
No, you transfer energy every time you have sex with somebody. You transfer energy.
Exactly, but I'm saying it seemed what was explained to men. So men are looking at it that, well, if you're going to latch on to the man because of sex, you'll eventually leave. You understand what I say? And then what I have is going to mash up because of next month. He's not saying you can't do it ever. But he must say, if this
So
be a man forever,
he needs to work on his insecurity. That's all that is. If
I
you're
agree.
worried about another man, so when I say the kind of relationship that I'm into, when it talks about bringing other people into it, bringing threesomes, open relationship, going out, experimenting, you have to have a year, maybe, of established trust between the two of you before you do that. So that way he feels comfortable in his situation and I feel comfortable in my situation. Like I was in a situation where he was kind of like, I was like, well, how can we make this work? And he was into the lifestyle that I'm into and going to swinger parties and stuff to that nature. And he was just like, I said, I want to make sure you'd be comfortable. And he goes, well, I would be. We'd be fine because I'd come home and I'd make sure that I can cuss on here, right?
Yeah, man.
Said, okay. He said, I've been cussing this whole time. Wait. Mad late, asking for permission. Such a Leo. He was like, I was like, I'll make sure when we're done, I'd fuck you so much and so good for the last couple of days that you'd remember who you belong to. And I was like, oh, girl. I was like, okay. He was like, that's what he told me. He was like, so I'm fine with that. And he's confident. That's the kind of man who's confident in the fact that, hey, I don't mind watching you be with other people. I don't mind you watching me be with other people because when we come back together, I'm going to remind you that it's me and you. I'm going to treat you like the queen you need to be treated. I'm going to love you emotionally, physically, mentally, financially. And that way, that whole time, you'll never think about anybody else that you was with the rest of the week because I'm going to remind you of why you right here. It wasn't about, you know what I mean? And that confidence, you such a turn of dripping. I was like, oh,
over here. I wasn't even there.
Oh my God.
Wasn't there.
Perfect.
I
wasn't there, but I felt it.
Okay? You heard what he said? He said, I'm going to fuck you so good and treat you for the whole time after that you're going to remember who you belong to. That's what he told me. And I was like, oh, well.
Mic drop. Where's the mic drop?
Mic drop.
No bomb, no mic drop on
And
it.
that's beautiful. That's a confident man. The only men who can't survive in the kind of situation that I want to provide are men who are insecure and men who have never been with, who've never been with a woman of my caliber. If you find a man who's been with a confident, strong, independent, beautiful woman who's open-minded and adventurous and who's been with somebody at least similar to me, he's not as intimidated by what I bring. And if he's confident in who he is, he's open-minded to what we could possibly do. And he was probably one of the very few people I've dealt with who would actually, I would
so,
actually
hold on, just asking, was he an ex, like, did he get married?
No.
We're
just trying to find out. If you find out,
I didn't get married to anybody. I've never been married. I've been a runaway bride.
What? Because she said she find Amanda.
Trying to narrow it down.
I know. And should I call? What do you want me to do?
That she was engaged a couple times. Right?
It's not to him. Not to him though.
So I'm just
not
seeing if you
it was one of those guys.
I'm
no.
like,
Look.
I think if I would give him the chance, possibly, because I think now that when people know what it feels like to lose me, it's kind of hard. And then when they get me back, they kind of want to be like, I don't want to feel that again. So I think now if I would call him, but I think me and him have been through. I hope he's not watching. Let me check my live. Check my live. But I think where we're at in our relationship, that I don't think we'd go back. But yeah.
From it done, it done.
Yeah,
so
that was cool though.
From it done,
but he was the closest to being like, hey, I love the energy he brought. A lot of men who dated me can't really bring that same energy. And that's understandable. To each his own. Different men love different things. But he was one of the very few who could handle my lifestyle.
I have a question more ask, so no.
Go.
This I got to show everything off.
Okay. Now how?
All right.
Go ahead.
So me and my brethren did a reason about, it was about the divorce. Was it divorce court? No. The man I'll find out say, what are those things? Parent, when you find out say the kid is not
Prenup.
yours.
Oh.
So shows called
The
again.
DNA?
Paternity test.
Paternity test, right.
test.
Right.
Yeah, gotcha.
And I was saying that women, you know, when the judge go up on the stage and and he says, the child is not yours. And the
They
man
start
said,
running.
yes. The judge automatically, normally what I've seen is the judge say, I don't want you celebrating in my court.
Yeah.
And then she goes to massage the old lady and say, oh, I'm sorry. And do you know who it is? You understand? And I'm saying to myself that, why is she helping this woman over here? She was dragging this man through the
Because he's celebrating a fall of this child. It's nothing to celebrate.
Remember, he was there to clear his name and trying to find out the truth. Right? So obviously he had doubts. And she's saying, hell no, they would have never been in this situation, right? So at this point,
I like the reenact.
if you ever watch some of them show that the woman is very adamant that it's yours. You know, see the eye them.
You see the eye?
Look at the two of them. And like, that baby is white skin. Anyways, and then it comes out there, and I was saying to myself that why doesn't it have that if the verdict comes out that it's not yours, they don't lock up that lady?
Why?
Why don't they lock up that lady for lying to this man?
No, she didn't lie to the man. She don't know.
No, she know.
No, she don't know. If you've have you never?
No,
you know. I have a question for you. Then
Yo.
have you? No, don't say no.
Every woman
Say
know.
no. Have you never had sex with more than one person in a month? You're quiet.
No, but that's not the question.
That's the question.
It's the
because
woman.
when you're pregnant, it's a woman.
It's the woman.
And if you have sex with more than one person in 1 month, it's a possibility. It could
Okay,
be either one
so
of you
all
guys.
we're saying is if that's the possibility.
Sperm stays in you.
Yes. So listen to the thing now. Then you can come clean and say, brother, I'm not too sure. And then it relaxes all argument. They go and take a test. But if you're screaming at the top of your lungs that it's yours, what I'm saying is that
I think because he was probably closer to ovulation than the other person.
So I
was.
think
You never know.
They should lock up the woman. You don't think that's true?
No. I think here's what I do agree with you on. I think that if a woman chooses to have a child after the man decides he doesn't want the child anymore, that she shouldn't ask for child support. I do feel like that should be an agreement before. I feel like if a man, I was in a situation, I'm not going to name nobody because they probably watching my live, but they were in a situation where they gave a woman money for an abortion and she spent it on something else and she had the baby. And you can't ask a man to pay his child support when he gave you the money to have an abortion. You agreed on having an abortion, but you decided to have it. I feel like women sometimes trap men in that sense. So I don't think women should ask for child support when...
The man
whole
said no one
situation was kind of almost like, hey, you told me not to wear a condom. I wanted to wear a condom, or you poked holes in it, or hey, I said we're not ready for this. I'm not financially stable for a child. I can't take care of a kid. Let's not do this. And she's like, I want to do it. And it's like, okay, well, your body, your choice. Well, you financially agree upon the choice that you decided on. I shouldn't be a part of that if I told you I can't financially or even emotionally deal with a child right now. And to pin that on him is not fair.
You think all of this is not fair, but the woman lying for how many years?
She's not lying. She's unsure.
But I'm saying, if she went along with it.
Were you on Maury before? What episode? Because you're making me nervous.
All of them. That's what they put it.
He said all of them.
All of them.
For real.
All of them.
Every single one, that's how they be. I do get it. They should be hyping up the thing like that, but...
If you're not sure, it's a different story.
It's probably for
I'm okay with it. You're not sure.
If she's not sure, then that's fine. But I don't. She might have an idea. Maybe he had the nose. He had the nose.
Yeah. You know they say you feed the baby long enough.
Okay. It's gonna look like That's an old folks tale. Y'all know nothing about that. But that's the truth.
Here's my next question now. All right.
Okay.
Una said no, right? That's you guys are against going to jail.
Right.
Okay.
Against going, it depends on why we going to jail.
No, I'm talking about the lady.
But the
lying.
miscommunication.
Oh, no, yeah, I'm against that. Yeah, it's not a miscommunication. It's misinformation. She don't know.
Because some men are on legal, they were on child support.
He's not going to.
And then now, he's now vindicated. He's now free.
Maybe she should pay him back.
No, they normally just walk away. So I'm saying the suffering and the pain, the humiliation that
She
I
gotta go to
had,
jail.
no.
She got kids. You ain't think about the children.
No, well, that's not fair business.
That's
Lock her up.
I think that she should
Because watch
pay
out,
the
remember
money
said the
back.
remember said the burden on the man if him on child support is if he don't
Yeah.
miss a payment, he can get locked up too.
Right. If he
So
misses
if he
a
well, no,
payment.
if him lock up or him for pay, him lock up.
No.
So there's a lot of pressure on
First of
men.
all, before you start paying child support, you supposed to take a test.
Thank you. Okay, because they can't legally make you unless you sign the birth
Unless-
certificate or unless you pass
he
the test.
could have been
So
he
that's
could have
it.
been bamboozled.
And that's on
Well, then
him.
He,
So-
he don't have no sense. I'm not no sense.
yes, Lord, here you know.
That's it.
What we
That's
gotta
it.
do? What we gotta do?
Yeah, drop the bomb
I'm not
for
no
that.
sense.
I'm not.
No sense.
I hear what I say.
Nah.
But I still say lock up. Anyways, here's the next question, man.
I hear what you're saying. Now you want to move on.
No, I mean, I know time is running. So the next question.
Okay.
If there was a machine
Okay.
that is the truth machine,
A truth
truth machine, right? It only works one time in a relationship, the truth machine,
Okay.
right? And obviously, but you still want to know truth regardless, right? You still want to know
Yeah,
truth,
okay,
right?
but let's go with your
Yeah,
truth
let's go with
machine.
the truth
Let's rock
machine.
with it.
Truth machine only
Okay.
works after 5 years. After 5 years of you being in a relationship, and up to 10 years. So after 10 years, it is what it is. Truth machine doesn't work. Would you, in your situation, knowing that you just want a life partner, would you sit your partner down in that truth machine?
Okay, so after 5 years,
Yeah.
I get to know stuff that happened within those 5 years, or
Anytime.
do I get to know the truth going forward
No,
from
no, no,
those
no,
5
no.
years? That makes a difference.
Just you only ask one question.
And one question, and it
And
don't matter if
doesn't-
it's pre or post type of things. Don't matter if it's
Well,
like,
no. It has to be that it happened already. Something that
oh,
happened
something
in the
that
past.
happened already.
Yeah.
I'm not asking. I'm not doing that to myself. That'd be dumb.
Okay, so
I-
and
I
then you
love
have
my
up to
mental
10
health.
years. So
I'm
once
not
it reach,
asking
so
him.
after 5 years and after 10 years, and it even works if you even broke up with a person. So up to 10 years. So let's say you were with a guy for 7 years or so.
Okay.
You still have the opportunity to bring them back into the truth machine and sit them down and ask them the
Except
question.
forward, always
Yeah.
backward, never.
Why? That's it.
So you don't want
Forward,
to know.
never backwards. I agree
What
100%.
are we doing that for?
Why are we
I'm just-
doing that
I'm-
for?
I'm-
No, that's
You're talking to two people that
Yeah.
don't lie. So you're gonna have an issue with
no,
that.
absolutely not.
I'm feeling like if I'm talking to you, you're gonna give me what I'm giving you. If I'm giving you truth, you're gonna give me truth.
No,
And
but-
then if you're lying, guess what? It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because we still moving forward.
100%.
Okay.
I can't do.
So you don't want to
can't
know
do
anything. And it don't have to be you're cheating on me. It could be
No, I
any
know,
question
but-
you have.
But what?
It don't have to be because
Yeah.
you're
We should
looking at that.
We
that.
should be being truthful to each other. Anyway.
Period. And if you
So
didn't lie,
supposed to be in a loving-
you're 100% believe that all of us are in a situation where we're going to talk the truth every
But this
time.
is what I'm saying. For where your life for? You
To
are an
keep-
adult.
you
Like,
just
kids
said-
like to get candy.
No.
What do you-
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like.
But even still,
I've passed that point. in my
yeah,
life.
and
But you at one point, right?
When I was a
Now,
child.
and I'm saying now probably you have that outlook
yeah.
because you said you were
feel like my
married,
whole
divorced,
adult
and this and
life.
that, right? And I'm saying now you probably say, "Oh, children of business," right? And in her situation, she's never been legally to nothing, right? So she had no
Yeah,
obligation
never
to
been
lie.
legally married, yeah.
Right? If it don't work out, just don't work out. I'm gonna tell the truth. Now, you can ask the guy, not saying you, but you can ask the guy this question. Hey, sit down and I'm gonna ask you a question. You don't want to know nothing. You're
But
good.
why? Why do that? Especially if you're in a good situation. If I'm in a
Yeah.
good spot, if we're in a good spot in our relationship, I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna sit
go
there.
dig up some dirt.
order- let's go dig up some dirt that don't
No.
need to be dug up. Like we sitting
So
here
then
happy, we
It's not a good
cuddling,
idea.
bills is paid. You know what I mean? We get, we getting fucked right.
Yep.
Things are getting taken care. We happy. I'm cooking. You know what I'm saying? Like
what
that's how
they
you know
say?
I'm
They
happy
say
when
when
I'm
you-
cooking.
If you want to be,
Yeah, that
don't
would be
mess with
be
something that don't have to be.
And
messed
like I don't
with.
understand why women always want to do that with men. I went because plus if I'm only and then truth be honest, if I'm only allowed one question, I can't ask because if I ask a question when it comes to the truth about something, there's gonna be repetitive question. I'm gonna be
gonna
like,
be a
who you been
follow-up.
with? But when you been with them? But why you been with them? But where you met her at? But what y'all do? But did you like it? You know what I'm saying? And so then it becomes
Now you're
not
in a rabbit
one-
hole.
Now I'm in a rabbit hole.
For what?
I can't
For
do
what?
it.
Now we're not gonna have chicken
No, we're not gonna ask. If you lied, you lied. You kept
Not
me
what
happy
you
and
can
proud. Bravo. Because you kept me happy at the same time, bravo. Not encouraging liars because I'll find the fuck out, sir.
Yeah.
I'll find out.
Yeah, I feel like you're an energy person. Well, I'm an energy person.
I'm an energy person, you know.
Like, I'm going to know.
We're going to know, and things will be right.
Yes.
I'm going to know. You don't even have to say yes or no.
That's
I'm
it.
I'm an energy person.
Yes.
So you don't have to say yes or no. You could just walk into the room and I already know something's off.
Absolutely.
So I don't need no lie detector. Because I am the lie detector.
That's it.
And I need it.
And I think
right now. I'm gonna drop the bomb for you.
And I think, and if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're honest with somebody, then you can really get to the point where you can be honest. And if it's to the point where it's like, hey, I've been with somebody else, and you love each other, and you can, and something that you can get past, then you can get past
That's
it.
right.
I never want to be the kind of woman that you can't be forward with. Now, if you're repetitive, like cheating on, then it's like, okay, what's wrong with my, you know what I mean? Well, you feel like you got to go get it from somebody else.
Right.
God, you know, thank God I've never been cheated on. So I don't, really know. But for me, not that I don't know what y'all.
You need the truth. See, if you leave the truth box those, you find out.
But as far as I know, I've been with some really good, you know what I mean? Like, as far as I know. And so for me, it's kind of like, I think it's always because I left that door open where it's like, well, what's going on? Let's talk about it. And if you feel like the need, like the dude I wrote the poem about when I was in high school, even back then, he was kind of like, I said, be honest with me. If you don't want to be with me, just tell me you don't want to be with me. And he was like, honestly, Jasmine, I don't want to be with you. I really like her and I want to be with her. And I was like, you know what? Then go with her. And it was the hardest thing for me to do, to let a man go to another woman. But I'd rather you be with her than to sit here and lie to yourself and be with me. And I figured that out I was a teenager. I figured that out at an early age, that I didn't want no man who didn't want me. And I'm a Leo and I want to be first. So even if I'm in a poly open relationship, I always want to be alpha female. And if I'm not alpha female, I'm not with the situation. So I learned that ahead of time. Be honest with me. Tell me the truth. Because I'd rather you leave and I deal with the heartbreak than you stay with me and I got to deal with a man who is questioning where he wants to be.
It's true.
The true time I run power.
That's the truth. I swear to God, the true story.
We need that poem.
Which one?
You
Too Pretty to Be Single?
Yeah, go ahead and give us that.
The whole thing.
No, you can't.
Not do the whole thing. It's a really quick poem.
Okay,
I think it's a quick poem. You too pretty to be single. Damn, girl, you sure? With a smile like that and a heart so pure, with an ass so fat and them legs down to the floor. Ooh, you too pretty to be single. Damn, girl, you sure? Well, you right, I am bad. I'm the baddest bitch around, and I walk with straight confidence when I walk through the town, and I'm too pretty to be single. This don't make no sense. Because although I'm worth everything, baby, my heart is worthless. See, I'm battered and bruised, and I'm torn and I'm used, and I think that I'm good for you, but boy, I'm confused. I'm too pretty to be single, but I'm too damaged to love, and it sucks because this dude is all I'm thinking of. Wait, I'm too pretty to be single, but baby, you too cute to be so dumb. To think that this pretty little mess could be the one that she won't fuck you good but hurt you more, that she won't make you pay for what another nigga did before. So when you say I'm too pretty to be single, boy, is you sure? See, when my inner beauty is restored, you'll be the one I'm looking for, but right now I'm single, baby, and trust, you don't want no more. That's my poem. That's one of my originals.
Oh man, bad.
That's one of my originals.
Bad.
Load up the team.
No, bad.
That's an oldie but a good one. I feel like if anybody has ever seen me perform, they have heard that poem. That's a classic. That's one of my that's my archives.
Terrible.
It's one of my classics.
I was like, yo.
I always resort to that one. But it's the truth, and a lot of girls like it, and a lot of dudes. I think the beauty of that poem is men and women can relate to it. Women can relate to dudes trying to holler when they're broken, and men can relate to dealing with a broken woman thinking that she's healed just because she looked good and she smiled. Right. And they don't realize, like, hey, yo, she seemed cool, she was out and about, but like, I'm like, nah.
So where's the next performance you have?
So shout out to Poetic Thursday. Shout out to Chase. I might pop up at Poetic Thursday this Thursday. It's at Arome Cafe. It's right off of Metro West in Orlando. So look them up as Poetic Thursdays on IG. John T has an amazing event that he does all the way by the West Oaks Mall. Really, and so John T Love. Shout out to John T Love and Pretty Rico Bands. They have an amazing event that they do over there. And I'm pretty sure it's coming up, if not this week, next week. And I always try to show up there and show out and perform there. So those are a couple spots that you'll probably see me at this month. So shout out to Chase, shout out to Jonty, shout out to Pretty Rico Bands. Appreciate all you gentlemen for giving me a platform and somewhere to perform. Shout out to Smoking Poet. The Smoking Poet is my best friend, but she's a really dope artist. And she kind of puts me on to a lot of different spots because I don't live in Orlando. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I used to be in these streets, and I ain't been in these streets in almost 10 years. So coming back, it's nice to have my friend in these streets so that way she can kind of help me out because she's doing amazing. She's doing poetry and rapping across this beautiful state. And so I appreciate Smoking Poet for putting me on to different avenues and venues and communities within the city. So big ups to Derek. I appreciate you because without him, I would never even been to this show. So he invited me to the other show, which connected me. Go out, network, people. Go out. True. Because without me going to his show, we would have never met you. I would have never been here. So it's all about going out and showing your talent and networking and meeting different amazing people such as yourself. So big ups to you for the show. Big ups to Pillow Talk Live TV and the building. I appreciate you for giving me an opportunity as well. Now we clapping. We clapping. We dropping bombs. We clapping. Big up to Pillow Talk Live TV because without this platform, I mean, we wouldn't be here.
People,
tonight.
we're talking to MISSREACTION.
Yes.
Big up yourself. No, man, that's something terrible enough. So hopefully you'll continue. Remember the book?
Yeah.
The book?
We're going to get a book going. Y'all look out for it. It's going to be on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, definitely.
Get your membership up. You know what I'm saying?
Who do we want to do the audible? Who do you want to get? A celebrity or just
I don't know. You got a nice, sexy voice. You might be good for my audio, but I like it. It's soft. It's soothing. I could fall asleep to it or wake up to it. Either way, whatever. Both.
Either way.
You know what I mean?
Chapter 1 is yours. Chapter 2 is hers or something like that. So,
I love it. I love it.
So for close the show now, all I want you to do is give us something positive to go to the week with.
Be authentically you. I think the beauty of this conversation is the fact that I appreciate you giving me a platform where I can express myself with views that might not be traditional, might be but it's original. It's to me. So be unique, accept what kind of life that you want, because don't do things because that's what you think you should do. Do things because that's what you want to do. I live the life that I want to live, not what's traditional, not what's expected of me. So if you leave today, tomorrow's not promised. There's a lot of shootings and violence, and there's positive things in the world, but there's a shit ton of a lot of negative. Live every day like it's your last. And do the things that you want to do that make you happy. And don't feel forced to do anything you don't want to do. If you don't want to work a 9 to 5, get you a contracting job. That's why I just be doing shit. Y'all see me on these streets because I don't want to work for nobody. I work for myself. I pick where I want to go, how I want to do, where I want to make money, and it's fun. So live your life for you because tomorrow's not promised. And you don't want to die with regrets.
Somebody asks, who does your hair?
Oh, you know what? I appreciate you because I was struggling. That's why I was late. I ain't have a retwist since forever. So Jasmine, I did my hair this month. I need a retwist. I shaved half my. It's a long story. So if you know any good locticians
we know
Orlando,
for them.
let me know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a secret though. Every time I come to Orlando, y'all be messing up my hair. I've been to like 4 or 5 different women out here, and y'all really mess my hair up. So I go to Brooklyn. I'm from New York. I go to Brooklyn. I even got in Phoenix. Shout out to Miss Dee Dee in Bakersfield, California, because she know how to really do my hair. But I would love for a real loctician. Don't put me on the couch on the floor in your house while your babies are crying in the background. I love y'all, but I need somebody with a salon to do my lock.
Yeah, we're gonna line you. We're gonna definitely line you.
But if you have a real loctician, hit my DMs because I need my hair done.
Yes, thanks. So I'm gonna send you somebody.
Tell us, end the show for us. Let me hear that sexy voice. Go in a sexy voice.
Please, for the book.
Thank you for joining us at Pillow Talk tonight. Yes, with Jasmine, right? And
AKA MISSREACTION.
MISSREACTIon. Tingling. Well, you don't like tingling?
Yeah, no,
DJ
no.
Tingling.
Sexier. Try it again.
Sexier.
Try it again.
Oh, so you want some sexiness like Pillow Talk?
Yeah.
But you don't
Late
like
night.
Pillow Talk like that.
Late Pillow Talk.
You're too enough.
People, it's Monday night. Big up yourself, MISSREACTIon. Foxy T, big up yourself. Next week, Monday, log in.
Yeah.
Yay.
Too enough about sexy.
That was